Hey guys, how you doing? Hey intellectual. Feral cat party time. Are you leaving tomorrow? Hey Christine. Hey Joe. Yeah, actually, hey honey, the cat thing, I was just spearmint. I see, in between those different videos, I brought the plate of food on the porch because I didn't want him to eat all the food until I tried different, formats. And actually, the real fast one with the music. Hey Debbie, that's really kind of an accident. I had that on nighttime time lapse mode, and I really wasn't sure how it worked. I was a little mixed up between intervals and duration. What I thought it meant was that the intervals would be like every 5 seconds, which I had it set to, and the duration I had set to 1 hour. So I thought I would get an hour of solid night mode because there's no night mode for the video. But as it turns out, what it did is it took a photograph every 5 seconds for 2 hours. And I didn't speed that up at all. That's normal speed. So when I looked at the video, I thought, my God, that's awful short. I thought it was going to be, just a zillion shots, one after another for an hour. And that it would look like a movie if I ran it at a different speed. Well, I learned something. Now you know why they call it time lapse. I mean, I think it's really cool, but that's normal speed. Those are 0.25, a quarter of a second shot. And that's probably, I don't know, three or 400 of them, one right after another played at normal speed. I wasn't even sure I realized it was normal speed when I ran it back. And then I thought, hell, I'll just put some music to this. Because normally, if you fast forward something and you play it at above the regular speed, you can't understand the music. It sounds like chipmunks. But that's just regular music attached to regular photos strung together. So it's kind of cool. Hey, Susan, you got some nachos. Where at? Debbie, have you messed with your camera? Yeah, I thought it came out cool too, but it came out much different than I expected. Now today, for some reason, another thing. Hey, Debbie and Dave, another thing. I'll tell you what I noticed. You should get one of these poles. I mean, you can really do a lot of neat things with them. But when you're holding your GoPro camera, what I've learned is if you've got it like extended on a pole or you can't see it right in front of you, you're better off pointing it up higher than down. Then you think it's level, and when you're not sure, God, am I getting everything I want to get? Err on the high side, pointing it up, not down. I'll give you a perfect example. I went over to that place today where I park sometimes, on take those videos so you can see that like country road and you can see the expressway. And I did about a 4-minute video, all the way extended, about 25 feet. And I thought, man, this is really going to look cool. And I got home and it didn't look cool at all. In that whole 5 minutes, I barely had the horizon. I thought I was going to get all these cool clouds. So I learned something from that. It's got to be pretty crappy for me not to upload something, but you couldn't see these cool clouds, which is one of the main reasons that I did it. So I just scrapped the video. And now next time I go out there, I'll be more conscious of that. See, now when I was doing the ice the other day, it didn't matter because there's so much stuff everywhere, whether it's beach, ice, sky, that even if you err like I did today, it still looks good because there's cool stuff everywhere. But when you're trying to get the expressways, the cars, and the sunset, I messed up. I couldn't see any of the clouds because I had it too low. Yeah, no, those are all feral. Yeah, they're all feral cats. Nobody's feeding them around here. They're not. I'm not kidding you. Hey, Sharon, how did your chat go? Oh, I went on there for a little while, but I wanted to finish those videos. Oh yeah, big. It wasn't $12. It wasn't that much. Now I did get a, I'll tell you, tuna is cheaper than gourmet cat food. It's cheaper for me to buy cans of tuna. Not the albacore white tuna. That's on the expensive side. But canned tuna is cheaper. No, I think it was $5 or something for a can. Now the stuff that I bought today wasn't, but the cat food was more than good tuna. Yeah, it's a Doka pole. I can give you the guy on eBay that, mine came bent and they actually sent another one. And I said, well, why don't you just let me pay a cost and I'll try and sell this one. They were so good about it. They couldn't have made any money on it. And they insisted that I not, but they were really nice people. That pole is super handy. Now, here's the other side. You may want to practice a little bit first, because if you're not going underwater, or you're not going doing stuff like I do, like maybe if you went to Belle Isle or something, that pole's too long for you. Even with all the sections collapsed, it's about 6 feet tall. It's too big to use as a selfie stick. So really think it over, No, I was doing those cat videos. Did you see those cat videos I uploaded, Sharon? Yeah, those. See, they don't have alternative charging system for the GoPro 9 now. They upgraded and the batteries last 30% longer. So there isn't one I'd really test on that. They do all the way through the 8, that Acre, or it starts with an A, Acker, or whoever it is. People were using those on the 8s with great success. But time lapse doesn't draw much juice. I don't know that you'd need an external battery with time lapse. I mean, I'm going to find out. Yeah, I was looking for a GoPro with the UV and IR spectrum available. They have some 8, 7, and 6s, which would be pretty cool. Oh, okay, Tim. Yep, 12 foot. 12 foot, though, I'm telling, for some things, I mean, they do make it's a Doka pole, DOCA pole. They do make shorter ones. But I'm telling you, I mean, this is just my opinion, which isn't worth anything. You see the stuff I like to do. And for those ice videos, and going underwater, and like I'm going to take that when the ice starts coming down the Detroit River. It's really good. It's nice having a big long pole like that. No, they canceled Tip Up Town. I didn't know they had an ice fishing tournament. I think I'm going to Traverse City tomorrow, but I might not. Now that you told me about that ice fishing tournament, they better be careful on that ice out there, Christine. You see those subsequent videos. I mean, that's a pretty fast moving river there. I mean, I was surprised at the open water close to shore at Tallis, considering there were 2 weeks of like crazy cold. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, snow's a good insulator, and if you've got, uh, you know, you get UV light all the time anyway. But on a sunny day, like when I was not today, was it yesterday? I was over to Eau Claire, the day before. Yeah, the day before. Believe it or not, it's what's happening underneath that affects it more than what's happening on top. It's so complex, ice, and what makes it thin and unsafe and whatever. I have an adapter. Yeah, I do. No, I got an adapter. You get one with the Doka pole, and then there's another secondary one you get for the very end. That's another thing that sold me on the Doka pole. Yeah, there's a separate adapter. I can always take a picture of it and show it to you. They're really cheap. They don't cost much at all. And I have some extra adapters that I'll give you, and I get something. I'm always trying out different things that I got from China. And it's just nice to leave them in the car because, if you don't have that adapter, you'll want one that even fits on a typical tripod. And, that's why sometimes I use that clear case when I would have liked to have had more sound because that's set up to go right on the end of that pole with nothing in between. You got the bundle, didn't you, Debbie and Dave? Yeah, Sutton's Bay. I like it up there too. When are you leaving in Intellectual? Oh, Christine, really? Oh my God, right down there where you're at? If they're still in ICU, they probably got brain damage. No kidding. Where did that happen? Oh, no kidding, Tim, huh? Oh yeah, air cooled. I mean, I love mine. I see they went up $50 in the last week, the bundle. Hey BJ, how you doing? Yeah, the camera's fantastic. I mean, for what I've paid, they're out there eating Raven. For what I've paid for my camera equipment, my Nikon stuff, my video cameras, I really haven't spent that much money on. The Canon I had before was like $1,400. Even that's cheaper now. Then I got a Sony that was like $900 and a mic's $300. But the Nikon stuff's expensive. But this for $350, I mean, this camera does everything. No, they couldn't eat another bit of food if they had to. Oh, have a good trip, man. Good luck to you out there. No, if they're still in ICU, they're not going to be okay. Oh my God. Where did that happen, Christine? Do you know where at on the Saginaw River? Where and how are they able to save them? Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? No, they've been out there for years, Sharon. I paid to have 25 of them spayed and neutered. Yeah, I mean, this sounds really crazy, but on all my trips, when I'm like by myself, I'm super careful about that. I only take Daisy like the other day when I'm 100% confident there's not a problem. Where I took her is, I saw snowmobiles zipping up and down there earlier. But I'll tell you, man, going out there under the Mackinac Bridge now, or even around Taos, I don't care. I fell through twice February 3rd, but I always know where I'm at. And the worst scenario happened. I got wet up to my knees. But you especially, you fall through the ice and you're not going to be around long. Yeah, they went up $50, Jabo. No, you can't beat them, man. They do everything. Now I did upgrade. I got 2 extra batteries, a case, a better charger, and a larger SD card. Yeah, I paid for all of them. Yeah, I got a deal though. It was only like $20 a cat or something like that. A place from Macomb County comes up in a motorhome and does it in what's that, Farm and Fleet, something like that. What are those? Starts with a T. Tractor Supply. Oh yeah, sorry about that, Christine. But what I was going to say is I'm always looking for people when I'm out that have fallen through the ice because I know it's a likelihood. Whenever I see a car parked and I'm the only guy out there, now that happens a lot. I'm always looking for somebody that fell through the ice because it is so possible. Yeah, Daisy liked it there, yeah. Oh, no kidding, Christine. Yeah, 2 people got killed on snowmobiles, teenagers this week. Yeah, hit trees. Oh, okay. They this Saturday they're having a snowmobile meet, a vintage snowmobile meet up the street. Yeah, if you go to a vet, they'll rip. I shouldn't say they'll rip you off. They'll charge you what you need. They charge to, make money. When this place comes up here, they'll spay and neuter 150 cats in a day, one day. Yeah, getting out's not easy. You got that right. Yep. Oh, avalanche, no kidding. Yeah, vintage snowmobile meets right up there at Rose City Road and Fairview. My new neighbor's really into that stuff. That's not true. I used to think that, Christine, but that's not true a lot of times. I thought that too. That seems like it's kind of some folklore. Your insurance won't pay to get it out, which is super crazy expensive. So I guess you could look at that as kind of a void. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, vintage snowmobiles, two stroke, the old two strokes. Hey, MJ, how you doing? Yeah, that's true. They say that 1 in 10 birds' lives end from feral cats. Yeah, I went on a snowmobile one time about 20 years ago. I was with a guy that had a lot of money, and all we did was get stuck. Yeah, it wasn't fun at all. Although, we got all this snow. There are some places I think it'd be cool. I thought that you could just take a snowmobile out and just drive it anywhere. That's not exactly how it goes. That's why even the people that live around me go up to the UP. They're big with groomed trails up there. It's a whole nother ball game. Yeah, scallywags. That's one of the reasons I like to go up there. Yeah, just bogging down in this heavy snow. Yeah, like going through the woods, not on trails. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, big toys. Hey, that girl, how you doing? Yeah, Susan, the Yukon, though. I mean, I'm sure that the data is pretty predictable there, and I'll bet you that ice up there is like 3 feet thick. I mean, it's surprising, what ice can support. I'm sure there are all sorts of clues they get up there before they go out there. Oh, you like this night, huh, Decker? That's good. It's nothing to go through 150 bucks of gas in a day on a snowmobile. Yeah, a lot of tents out. As I said, they canceled Tip Up Town, which has got to just be devastating for Houghton Lake. Oh, okay, Christine. Yeah, I got a guy that wants me to watch a court hearing on a lawsuit he's involved in tomorrow. He doesn't have to go, just his lawyer. And that's at 10 in the morning. So I'll have to check the weather on Traverse City. I may just come down there instead. Beer battered card, all right. Hey, intellectual, you would like where Christine works. It's really cool. Yeah, I've had boats before. I had a 40-foot boat and a 44-foot boat. No, Tip Up Town was canceled. Yeah, yeah. I had small boats as a kid. And I bought a boat, believe it or not, just so I could get that video around Zug Island. I got my video, took a couple guys in the Detroit News, used it one more time, never used it, and sold it a year later. Yeah, Debbie, they still do that up there. They use ATVs, though. The ice hasn't been thick enough for cars. Oh, yeah, I'll be getting down there. Yep, I'll be getting. Becky texted me yesterday. Yeah, it's not that big, really. It's not that big of a boat. Yeah, it was canceled. Yeah, yeah. It should be going on now, actually. All that stuff's expensive, man, especially boats. At least airplanes, you can go places in them. Where boats, a short season. You think it's a pain in the ass getting your car worked on. Wait till you own a boat that has a problem. Like an inboard engine. Oh, yeah, you will get bills that will blow your mind. It's nothing for them to take 6 weeks to fix it. Oh, you don't eat fish, huh, Air-Cold? Oh, okay. Yeah, it went up 50 cents here. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, Christine. The airplanes I did, the boats I did. Yeah, she's sleeping down by my feet. I gave her a bath tonight. Yeah, boats are a pain in the ass. Yeah, I do too. I couldn't even tell you where to get good lobster and crab legs now. Yeah, sailing never interested me. Yeah, they're expensive. Boats are expensive. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Oh, you don't like seafood, huh? Yeah, you can interview me. It's $1,200. That's no problem. Yeah, I know that's a real art building a nice boat. Yeah, I'll come down there and check it out. Yeah, I stopped and saw Christine last Friday. Yeah, I had that happen with chestnuts, air cooled. I'm gonna go down to Detroit next week. Next week I'm going down there. Yeah, Hobie cats. I never mess with those. I don't want to own anything anymore. And the older I get, when you're young, like you look at the prices of places. I've owned places. I lived downtown Chicago and lived on the 32nd floor, and you believe it or not, you get sick of it. I had a nice place in Florida, got sick of it. Now that I'm older and I realize all the bullshit connected with owning things, if I go to some place and they're charging like $250 a night, I would have never paid that when I was younger. Well, I did a couple times in New York City and the Hotel Del Coronado in California. But mainly it's like there's no way I'm paying that for one night to stay in a hotel. But now that I've gotten older and I realize all the crap that goes along with owning property, recessions, taxes, insurance, and if you don't live there. Now, if I go to a nice place and it's $250 a night and it's nice, it's worth $250 a night for me because I don't own it. That's my gift to myself. I just bring my stuff in, stay there, don't do shit, eat out, and get the hell out of there and don't worry about it. I don't want to own anything. Yeah, I ate all my Skinny Girl popcorn, yeah. I did cook lamb chops again today, though. Oh, $2,000 a night. No kidding. I would never pay that. No way. But I mean, and once in a while, I used to go to the Metro Airport and stay at that hotel there. Uh, but you know, I was looking for a deal during COVID. I only want to go there during a snowstorm. And what sucks is you can uh, you can see the planes taxiing in, but you know the airlines it's been dead because of this COVID stuff. And even though I don't mind if I could if that hotel was on the other side where you could see planes taking off and landing in the snow, I wouldn't care what they charge for a night. It'd be worth it to me. Just sit in a kick-ass room, look out there at the jets coming in. But seeing them load baggage and stuff like that, it's not that exciting. Oh yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah, yeah, I would never talk to that loser. She's exactly what not to do, Sharon, what she does. Yeah, mobile home with cameras. There you go. Oh, they do, huh? See, but you can't. I mean, you can see okay, but at the West End, like, so you're at the South Terminal. That's that's what the pass for is, right? I mean, unless you can get down near the gate, are there good places to like photograph that you know of? I mean, the hotel sucks for photographing planes. Oh, is that right, Alex? Wow. Yeah, Roy Orbison. Yeah. Yeah, I've been there a million times. There's kind of a famous French restaurant there. I don't know if they're still in business or not. And there's a Horizon Books. They only had two locations. One was in Cadillac, and the other one's in Traverse City. I don't know if the one made it in Cadillac or not. Oh, they have dots on the windows. Is that so you can't take photos or the people don't walk into them? No, yeah, trailers have gotten a lot better, but they rip you off on, it's a captive audience. It's expensive to live in you know, it's expensive to live in a trailer park. Sharon, undelete Christine's message. She didn't say anything wrong. Sharon, undelete that message Christine made. You deleted her comment. You hit it. Yeah, it's bad for photos. Yep. Yep. That was good food. Yeah, no, it was good food. Yeah. Kind of a limited menu. Yeah, I would love to go in and see that plane cemetery. Sure would. Sharon, undelete it. Go back up near those three dots and undelete it. Only you can do that. Hey, my channel, how you doing? Oh, you like cat videos? Yeah. Yeah, I know it was an accident. Yeah, it is easy to do on a phone. Yeah. Yeah, they may have changed it. You used to be able to undo them. Yeah, on a phone it's easy. Yeah. Oh, Eastern Market. God, I haven't been, for some reason, I mean, all the trips and stuff and hanging around Detroit I did my whole life. I haven't been to the Eastern Market 3 times. Oh, what is it, Deezy? Oh, you did workshops, huh? Okay. Hey, Frisky, how you doing? How's it going? Oh, that's all right. No, it was an accident. It was an accident. She didn't mean to do it. Homeless tours? Nah, I wouldn't want to make it a zoo of unfortunate people's circumstances. I know places that do that. I don't think it would be for me. Hey, Peanut Tube, where you been? Oh, do you? Yeah, come get these ones. I have trapped them before. I do have houses for them in the woods over here, but I don't think they use them for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't use them. Oh, how to do GoPro? I don't mind uh, if somebody asks me something, but I learned a long time ago. I don't like teaching people to do stuff. It's just not my personality. I mean, there were times where I knew that people were getting screwed over by flight instructors. I knew a couple of black kids, to be honest with you, and I did spend time with them, getting them over the hump because I thought they were getting ripped off. And sometimes there's special circumstances that you just you just put your selfish bad habits aside and do it. And that's what I did. I didn't like teaching, but I thought it was like an extra emphasis on somebody getting screwed. You didn't do anything wrong, Christine. Nothing. Nothing. She accidentally did that. Hey, Mary, how you doing? Yeah, I just don't like teaching stuff. No, I don't like to instruct. I don't. I honestly don't. If people ask me something, I mean, I don't know that much about that much, you know. But like I said, on the flying thing, I did it a couple times. Both those guys are airline pilots, by the way. No. All right. Yeah. Hello to you. I may come over to Traverse City tomorrow. If not, Saturday. Come over there, party. Full stop. Yeah. Were you into aviation at all, Deezy? Yeah. I don't know why I don't like doing it. Good teachers. That's a bad thing about flying. That people teaching it or doing it is a means to an end. They're building time. They're terrible teachers. They didn't get a degree in teaching. They don't like teaching. They have no interest in getting better at it, and it shows. Yeah, I probably don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, flying's fun, yeah. I don't miss flying at all, though, to tell you the truth. No, I don't. Somebody told me they quit serving food in the first class now. All it is a better seat now, except on transatlantic flights and Orient flights going west. Intercontinental flights, you don't get any food anymore. Pretty sure. Oh, that's no big deal. We were able to get that AAA plus. Get that AAA plus. When that stuff happens, it doesn't matter. Did you get it fixed? Oh, do you really, Tim? Oh, that's cool. Boy, how about these new Gulfstreams they're building? Aren't they incredible? And how about the A380 and the 777? I mean, talk about some unbelievable engineering. I know three guys that fly for Spirit and two flight attendants. That's a scab airline. Yeah, because of COVID. Yeah. No, I don't think you get any food anymore. None of that touching stuff. Air cooled would know that. Spirit air cooled. You don't get any food anymore and drinks and stuff, do you? On flights? Oh, that's an easy fix. No, we stuck up for it. That's no problem. It happens a lot. People, because I can see with the deleted comment, I knew it was an accident. I'll tell you one time I was going up to Barrow, Alaska, out of Anchorage. This would have been like 20 years ago. So, Air Alaska is flying these 737s. So as we're flying, the pilot notices people are climbing Mount McKinley. So you know what? This is no bullshit. So he descends about 20,000 feet, and we circle Mount McKinley. And the climbers were waving at us in an airliner. I'm not shitting you. Went around it 3 times, and then he headed north, climbed back up to altitude, and we flew to Barrow. Can you believe that? I also took the 737 flight from Anchorage to the Aleutian Islands because it was landing on a 3,500-foot runway, a 737-400. It had squat switches and a different flap configuration. Yeah, I'll take some pictures of it. Yeah, I'll take them. Yeah. Yeah, I sure will. Yep. Mary. Oh, cool. No kidding. Jet tech, huh? Oh, no kidding, Deezy. Yeah, I mean, the technology in these airplanes is just nuts. Yeah, where are you flying to? Where are you going to, Christy? Are you talking about that video that's on YouTube, Air Cooled? You talking about that Alaska Airlines video on YouTube? Oh, cool, Daisy. Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, I'm gonna do a radio station pretty soon, Sharon. I'm gonna do a radio station, not through YouTube. I mean, my dream is to like do. If you go on YouTube and you look up J.P. McCarthy, even as a young kid, I liked him, and I liked those kind of interviews. And I'd like to copy it 100%, do the same thing. Yeah, you're talking about like where you have people on, 4 or 5 people, and you have a chat. Yeah, but the downside about that is you can't hear their end. You can just hear the people that are having the chat. I want to have a conversation everybody can hear between me and like a guest. No, I don't think that had anything to do with it, Mary. Yeah, land on gravel runways. Well, that Pilatus came out with that jet. They got some pretty impressive videos. And the MU2, which isn't a jet, but it's a turboprop. There's some pretty impressive videos on one they've landed. That's my favorite turboprop. Oh, full conversation. Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with that. If I do a radio station, I don't want to do it through YouTube. Oh, natural. Oh, thank you. I like Pillow Talk too. I thought that I love Pillow Talk and the electrifying mojo. I love that. I love those shows. I did. I mean, it's like listening to Staying Alive with the Bee Gees. Everybody's embarrassed to like admit they like that song. And then, they sold like a billion records, right? And listening to Alan Allman was kind of the same thing. It's like, hey, faggot, were you listening to Alan Allman last night? It's like, hey, I'm not a faggot. Quit calling me that. I like that show. Oh, thank you, Susan. Yeah, Golden Bush. Yeah, no, I really, Jay. Remember Jay Roberts, Night Flight 760, Frederick? For some reason, people didn't record many of those. You know. Yep. Yeah. Pillow Talk. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I don't think I'd name it Pillow Talk. It's not going to be that kind of thing. It's going to be like a J.P. McCarthy. Interesting guest, that kind of thing. Yeah, he was out there. He was a University of Michigan grad. Did you know that, Debbie? Yeah, see, Aircooled knows about him. He did. I'd like to do J.P. McCarthy, though. I definitely would. Just exactly like that. Yeah, talk radio was good. I mean, those are the only. On TV, I used to love Tom Snyder. Dick Cavett was great. Nothing like that now. Sharon, post a link to your channel for Christine. Yep, play Misty for me. That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Radio handle? No, I haven't thought of that yet. No. They got any ideas? Yeah. No, I think I'd just say my name. Real Reed. Oh, you like that? Yeah, I agree, Tim. Yeah, it's a polite way of putting it. Yeah, you're right. It's like, oh, what's your name? It's like, my name's Tom Reed. I think I'd like you to tune into Pillow Talk. Here's my pink underwear I'm wearing. I just got a little bit of a problem with a not so good looking guy talking sexy to people that never get to see him. Just is a little weird. Now, if you were some good looking GQ son of a bitch, 50 girls were trying to bang you every week. Now we're talking. It's like, hey, I'm Tom Reed. I was on GQ 105 times. Oh, you girls just lay down there tonight and think old Big Dick Daddy here in West Branch, Michigan. Listen to me breathe hard on this microphone. Well, there may be something to it. But if you're not that and you don't look like that, it's just too corny. It's like the old joke back when they had sex talk, at $3 a minute. The old joke was you never, Blue Eyes Reed, you never wanted to see the girl on the other end. All she had to have was a nice voice. That's probably true. Yeah, I know I don't. I do get some of those. They do send me some, but people are weird, man. The pictures they send me. Yeah. No, I just rather like, I just like to interview people, with no shtick of bullshit, you know? Blue Eyes Reed, there you go. Yeah. It just seems weird. I mean, it'd be like Roseanne Barr talking sexy to you. It's not cool. Oh, how'd you do, Deezy? Did you get any luck? No, I believe it. Yeah, you can get away with it. I was just looking up some that Alan Altman stuff the other night, and they were saying that women used to park out inside of the station trying to get a glimpse of him. He'd always lie and say he was a sound technician or something. Yeah, like Mom and Jimmy. I mean, let's face it, man. I mean, there's certain people that can get away doing some stuff like that. Pull up a chair and chat, Tom Reed. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. I was just thinking more along the lines of the giant vibrating French tickler show. Yeah, thanks, Deezy. That's a good idea. I had to hire you as a consultant. He could have been. I'm not so sure I ever saw the real picture here, Miracle. Yeah, 1-900 Reed. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Well, when AOL, when the internet's first started, everybody started getting into it. I had just moved to Chicago, and the AOL had Match.com, and it was free at the time. And I'm telling you, man, for a couple years, it was fantastic. It was really good, and it was free. Oh, how'd you do, DZ? Did you score? Hey, Simka. Yeah, I remember it. BJ from Nevada. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I remember asking you if that was a nickname. Oh, come on, DZ, you're kidding. Were you flattered? No, I'm not. Plus, I'm old on top of it. Good night, Mary. Yeah, thanks for those helpful suggestions on a name. I think they're really going to help. I hate to disappoint you, but I'm going to do a Native American logo just to get my show on the road and a lot of attention. I want you to make sure you complain a lot about it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to put you on the board of directors just to get you on the map too. Oh, no kidding, DZ. Wow. The Caucasian. Yeah. Yeah, but that won't, you know how it is. There's tricks to, getting in the media. You know what I mean? If I call it the Caucasian, that's just going to be, yeah, he's a white guy, he calls the Caucasian a little weird, but that's not controversial. I need to like get off the charts ignorant, just something nuts. Yeah, Whitey Ford. There you go. I like that one. That's a good one. Well, he was on the run for like it's got to be impossible to like. On one hand, I think it's impossible to like not get found out and people find you. Especially with this COVID, terrorism, and all this shit. It's not like the old days, like Whitey Ford. Look, he finally got nailed. But then when you go into a Walmart, you see all these missing kids. They got store. Walmart's cameras are connected to Homeland Security. Did you know that? Now this mask thing has kind of put a monkey wrench in facial recognition. But you just got to wonder where these people go. Oh, that drives me nuts. Next door neighbors. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's getting closer. Yeah. Closet gang. I know two women that divorced their husbands for homosexual liaisons. Oh, Whitey Bulger. Yeah, is that what it is? Well, Whitey Ford. Yeah, you might be right on that, Debbie. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll come up with topics, stuff like that. I think it'd be fun. It's the guests that make the thing fly. I think it does. I mean, look at the interviews. I mean, some go great and some don't go so great. And I'm doing the same thing every time. So it's just more proof in the pudding than it's the people that you're lucky enough to converse with. I believe it. Sharon, when you got caught at some of those places, did you get trespassed, or if they saw you in there again, they'd nail you for trespassing? Oh, that many air cooled, huh? Wow. Oh, Yankee pitcher. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bulger. You're right, Debbie. Oh, okay. I'll keep it moving. Yeah, okay. We'll find out. I think, digging around on YouTube, I mean, it's a big change. No, it's warming up actually. We're going to get a week of warm. It was scheduled or forecast to be warmer. Then they backed off it, and I thought, great, that ice will be around a long time. And then it's warm again in the day. So I expect to have a bonanza with ice floating down through Detroit. Oh, I've looked for it, Deezy. Yeah, free pass, yeah. Only if you've been sent, like if you get caught shoplifting at our Walmart, they'll send you a registered certified letter, and if they catch you in there again, it's criminal trespassing. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Thank you. You must have watched the cat video. Oh, well, so I can't wait to come out there. You know what I want to do? I mean, I never took it for granted. I mean, when I went places, I had a good time, and I'm really looking forward to just getting out to Las Vegas and just having a few beers, slot machines, wandering around, don't know anybody, not a bunch of bullshit. Just like the old days. I hope they come back so bad. Oh yeah, see, you're warmer than we are though, air cooled down there, you know? Yeah. It's 23 here right now. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Spilling the computer screen cleaner. Oh yeah, you never know, you know. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to just going. You know, you remember Graphic. I don't know how long you've been out there, but you could go to Las Vegas like 20 years ago and go into like the station casinos and see the Yellow Brick Road, or you could go into any of the other casinos and just some ass kicking great band. They sounded as good as the original singers and bands. Have a few beers, take off, and then it just kind of all. It was even dwindling before COVID. Yeah, I like just getting lost. You know, I really do. Like just not knowing anybody. No, alcohol will eat the seals. Yeah. Oh, 31 years. Yeah, I'm not telling you anything. You know, I like going down to the old part of Las Vegas. Yeah. Hear Daisy's dreaming. I'm going to get my air conditioning redone. And I'm going to take Daisy with me. Yeah, just being lost. I like doing that in New York City once in a while too. But it's a different getting lost, you know. If you notice, you know, I like going to places when there are not many people around. I've been that way my whole life. For some reason, I really get excited going to like tourist towns in the off season. It's so weird. Whether it's and I'll tell you where I want to get back to is Memphis, Tunica. I had some great times in Tunica. I've told you before. I had a buddy that was a good-looking guy, modeled full time, was on Fear Factor. All the girls wanted to bang him that were managers at these casinos, and we stayed down there for like a month one time free, 2 weeks all the time free. I go do photography down around the Mississippi, and he'd gamble and screw these managers. Oh, West Hollywood, no kidding. Oh wow. I like just cutting across like open. I love North Dakota. I'm starting to get sour on South Dakota. I love Nebraska. I love Montana. Yeah, Daisy is the coolest dog in the world. I don't know whether it's getting older and sentimental or what, but like, you know, I had dogs before. I always liked them, but you know, they were dogs, and you know, they're not going to live forever. But Daisy's like, this is like an exceptional stroke of luck I had getting her. She's like everything as a dog. I mean, I spend every. I don't want to do stuff because of her. I don't want to like leave her. I'd never leave her at a kennel. No way. And I don't have any. I don't want to leave her. I mean, I would not do stuff to not leave her. She sleeps with me. I took a shower tonight. She guards the door. I go to the bathroom at night. She guards the door from a deep sleep. I'll go upstairs. She's upstairs. I'm downstairs. She's downstairs. I'm with her like every second of the day. I know this dog like so well, and she knows me. This sounds terrible, but you know, I do have a temper sometimes. Hey, Virginia, and I'll be a computer problem as an example. And once I start like whispering, you'll see her head upstairs. She's thinking, man, this guy's about ready to go off. And sometimes, you know, I'll be pissed and do something, and I'll say, hey, why don't you get the fuck out of here now? And she'll look at me, and off upstairs she goes. And I always feel bad about it. Oh, those days are gone. No, I love being, you know, it's the opposite of what everybody thinks. You would think in Detroit, being in those abandoned buildings, everybody thinks you're going to get murdered. No, you're not. First of all, everything's been stripped out of it. Secondly, they're too far off the beaten path. Thirdly, there's nothing for rats to eat. When I was in the Packard Building, Southwest Community Hospital, the churches, Southwestern High School, I'm telling you, man, you could hear a pin drop. And you can see really well because you're in dark. I always took a pen light with me. You're in dark and everything else outside is light. You could hear, yeah, it was like totally peaceful. No, nothing for the rats to eat. It's so beautiful, man. I knew when I was doing that in Detroit that was going to be a limited, unique time. And I remember thinking to myself, is this place ever going to come back from this? I mean, the cops were all pissed. They got a pay cut, so nobody was enforcing the law. Because it's a misdemeanor getting caught in a building without written permission. And I can remember just sitting up there, man. I sat one night from 11 o'clock at night till 5 in the morning. Southwest Community Hospital. Planes landing at Metro. See the Ambassador Bridge. Train station was dark. They hadn't bought it yet. Windsor. Corktown's right there below you. Bats flying around. What's that, Christine? You having a hard time finding it? Sharon, put a link to your channel. Copy and paste it. Yeah, those days are over, BJ. They are, except at community hospital. Everywhere else, they're welded shut, security guards. You get caught in one of those schools like Southwestern High School, it's definitely getting arrested, for sure. No, I didn't, Deezy. I did not. No. Oh, yeah, that's paradise out there, particularly in the northern states, North Dakota and Montana. It doesn't get any better than that out there, Debbie. Anybody that likes that kind of open space, you can see the whole train. Easy. It's usually 144 cars. I didn't know that till this last trip. See the engine, all the train, the whole thing, all the time. Montana's big sky country. Look up Havre, Montana, Havre. If anybody likes that kind of photography in the open plains, dry farming, get on Highway 2. I headed up through Minnesota, Wisconsin, and take that baby all the way out to Glacier National Park, and you will have the drive of your life. Remind you like when the United States was just starting out, one cool town after another. Yeah, asbestos, I've done that. But to be honest with you, when I would go into a building where I knew there was a lot of asbestos, I would go on a damp day and I'd wear a mask. The AMC building's a perfect example. Asbestos everywhere. Oh, you're watching the old ones, Major? Yeah, just copy and paste it. Debbie, can you post a link to her thing? To post Sharon's link on there. Hang on. Excuse me, hon. Dragon's milk number 2. Oh, thank you for doing that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Sharon's on the right track. Right on, Gravit. Oh, that's all right. It's not that easy. I go on to find channels. I can't find them. I'll know people that I try and find on Facebook. I can't find them. They've been on there for 40 years. Right on, Joe. Oh, Joe. Oh, you bad girl. What are you doing over there? Sharon, that shit's a bitch to learn if you haven't been doing it your whole life. Once you learn it, it's all basically the same with settings and shit. But if you're just coming into it, it seems like, it's like trigonometry. It's a bitch. No mental illness, yeah, I'm telling you about that. How many you had now, Joe? What's going on over there? There you go, Susan. Oh, that girl. That's good discipline. Good for you. YouTube, is quirky. I'll give you an example. I take those, videos of the ice, which I think I like. I think the ice is cool. But here I'll, do the video, splice it together, upload it, and my damn nachos get more views. That's the best way I can explain. But I don't really care about it, so it doesn't bother me. But if, I was starting a channel and like trying to make a career out of it, it'd be so frustrating. Oh, thank you, Christine. Yeah, I'll try it. What time does that thing start? Oh, I really like it, but I know when I'm doing this that it's not going to get. Nobody gives a shit about it, really. Yeah, good night, Tim. Nighty-night. Oh, that's okay. Hey, Donna. Okay, I will. Thank you. Yeah, they did such a great job. It's interesting to me that other people recognize this. You know, You know, I uploaded the wrong video. I just realized that. On the cat video, I uploaded the wrong one. Can't believe that I did that. I'll upload the 12 something. Sometimes they come up funny in order on this processing thing. And we'll fix that right now. It ticks me off though. It pisses me off. Damn it. Uploaded the same video twice. God damn it. Hi, hon. How you doing, sweetie? Oh, you good. How you doing, sweetie? You sleepy? You're still a little wet from your shower, honey. Oh, wow. You got that breathing, huh? Oh, okay. You feeling good? Huh? You feeling good, honey? Are you feeling good? I know what you want. You want to go to BEDDY. You want to go to BEDDY, huh? Still a little wet, honey. Oh, honey, baby. Oh, yeah, that's sleepy. Rub the back. Massage the back. I'm uploading the right video. Sorry about that. Oh, you're sleepy, huh? You're sleepy, baby. Oh, no, sleepy. I'm gonna cut your nails tomorrow. Oh, thanks, Don. I do the minimum. Eric, what are you talking about? Facts about what? Oh, all day? Okay, good. Yeah, I think I will go there instead. What is Eric talking about? Oh, thank you. Oh, you good girl. You feel so clean, honey. Oh, I'll tell you, Daisy's hair grows just so crazy. Well, Superwoman, you know the deal. I didn't see any of it. Hey, Dolly. Well, you're up too late, aren't you? Yeah, sleeps on the bed. Yeah, she gets onto the bed, on top of the bed, the end of the bed. She moves around a lot. I've let her hair grow all the way out this winter, so it's easy for her to get hot. Oh, thank you, MJ. I appreciate it.
Oh, Mr. Deezy, that's the grizzly bear.
Yeah, that's the grizzly bear. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, good for you. Hey, Piggy, you sleepy tonight, huh? You pretty sleepy? I cut the nails tomorrow, hon. We go cut the nails. Daisy hates getting her nails cut. Oh, she's much better than she used to be. Hey, Faye, how you doing? You got up again, huh? No, she just wants to get petted. She wants to go to BEDDY. I'll tell you, if you guys are beer drinkers out there, I know it seems like I'm a paid advertisement, but I'm telling you, this dragon's milk is the best alcoholic beverage I've ever had in my life. Just, it's the most perfect drink. Virginia, have you ruled out being able to find dragon's milk in your area? Yeah, you know, she quit doing that. It's funny you should say that because I had a couple socks missing tonight. I did my laundry. She used to do it a lot, but she hasn't been doing that in a year or so. They're really good. Well, it sure seems like it, doesn't it? Such good beer. I mean, I like it better than even my favorite scotch. Different wines. Yeah, it is like a stout, yeah. Oh, thank you, Deezy. Yeah. I get people pissed that I'm not doing interviews. Yeah, if you guys have never been to Carrollton, I say it wrong, Carlton. It's the Delray of the North. Dolly, have you been around that area? Carlton? It's time stopped. It's where industry meets residential neighborhoods. You know that little clip I did of a bar last week, a vintage bar? That's where Christine works. Just the coolest looking place ever. It looks like you could go in there and just start filming a movie and it would make perfect sense. Yeah, I'll take care of it if you can't find it. That's why I asked. Yeah, it's just the coolest little neat town. I love that place. It's actually a township. Oh, good, Jim. Oh, thank you, MJ. I appreciate it. Yeah, great bar. Total fun. Yeah, really fun. I mean, the places like that. That's one thing that interests me about Delray is how you can just be in this area and then walk down to the water and there's ducks and stuff. It's different than just like one or the other. I mean, I get like excited when I'm there in Carlton. Now you can say, well, yeah, Leelanau Peninsula where Mary lives. It's beautiful, but it's a different kind of fun. Oh, thank you, Virginia. Usually boredom creates that. Boredom. Like I accidentally did that time lapse on those cats. I totally misunderstood what that setting meant. My dumb ass actually, it doesn't have a night view on the video, just on the stills and the time lapse. And I actually thought I was going to be able to video. That's how dumb I am capable of being. And when I left the camera out there for 2.5 hours and I looked at the file, I thought, my God, that's awful small. And then when I played it, it was speeded up and it's like, what the hell's going on here? I never did that. And then my dumb ass finally realized that I misinterpreted the settings meanings, duration, and interval. And I had about 350 pictures that took 0.25 seconds each. They weren't sped up at all. I get it at Walmart, believe it or not. It tastes, well, it's beer aged in bourbon barrels. So damn good. Tastes like a stout, yeah. 11% alcohol. I only drink two. Sometimes I've had three. If I'm dating women around my age, I have four. It's really good. If you like beer, and if you like saving time on drinking a 6-pack of Bud Light, this is for you. Super strong beer. Yeah, it's super strong. I wouldn't drive on one. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you, Eric. 11%. Yeah, we're having a good night. Yeah, so I like these impromptu chats, you know. It's dark beer, yeah, Dolly. Yeah. I'll get you a 4-pack of it. Remind me when you come up here next time to give you those photos on a memory card of the tree. Dragon goggles. That's no shit, man. That's what the old people call it, truth serum. Yeah, I think you'd really like it. Oh, it's Jackie. Hey, Jackie, how you doing? It's really strong. Oh, you like that, Deezy? Yeah, no, Tim, you shouldn't drink a dragon's milk because you'll never drink another damn Bud Ice again. Oh, good, yeah, good. Yeah, he can come up, he gets bored. Yeah, I like that Sharon. It's really nice. Yeah, it's a good deal. Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. So he's at the Red Roof Inn now. How'd you like? I'm really tight friends with Kay, the lady you met over there. I talked to her for a half hour this morning. That's like top-notch person. They don't get any better than her. Panty remover. That's what Gary, Becky's friend, calls that cologne. What do he call it? Panty something. It's the same, Jackie. Hit the refresh button, although you probably don't hear me. No, get some Remeron, M and J. Get some Remeron. Oh, good for you, Sharon. Good. Not good. I've not been feeling good. I don't feel good. Panty dropper, that's what he calls it. Yeah, thank you, Tim. Yep. Oh, you'll sleep like a baby. And if that doesn't work, get some trazodone. Trazodone, either one. Ask your doctor to give you a week supply each. They're super cheap. They're both generic, and see which one works best. You sleep like a damn baby. Yeah, insomnia will drive you nuts. Panty removers. Yeah, I ruined a laptop on Ambien. It is less aggressive, DZ. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good side, Donnie. Feeling better. That's good. Oh, yeah, it's a nice bar. Yeah, I really like that. Reminds me of a swingers club. That's what the bars look like in swingers clubs. Nothing inappropriate. Yeah, but if you're 40, how old is Rich? About your age? If you guys are two consenting adults, I mean, what's inappropriate? You know what I mean? This isn't like Vestal Virgin Hour. Yeah, narcolepsy is tough to diagnose. The biggest number one sign is daytime drowsiness. Yep, Superwoman's here, checking things out. Yeah, you should go see Christine's. It's a really a good experience. Dolly, you're not that far from Christine. They have good hamburgers and a cod sandwich. That's true, BJ. It's a party pooper. Oh, have you? And Google it, man. There's people got off murder charges and all sorts of shit. Oh, okay. You got the king. That's because you got the king size business thing. That's a good deal you got. Yeah. Yeah, they're nice rooms. I stay in them all the time. Hey, Sharon, if you're in there tomorrow, are you staying there tomorrow too? You got 2 nights, didn't you? You got 2 nights, right? Did you really, Deezy? Wow. Golly, go and visit that. You and John would really like it. And Christine's husband takes her to work, and you can meet him too. He's a nice guy. Church with no panties. I haven't checked on his channel lately. Sharon, did you get 2 nights there, right? I think that works if you don't have the screw loose mark. Oh, good for you, Jackie. Oh, till Saturday. Hey, Sharon, now does he have anything to get back to? Does he have to be back on time? Is he in a hurry to get back? Oh, you're not there anymore. Oh, you're a lot of fun. That's all right, Deezy. You can get back on track of it. It's not a problem unless it bothers you. Hey, Dolly, you still there? that's a nice compliment, Superwoman. No, it's not worth it. Yeah, but is he in a hurry to get back, Sharon? Is he in a hurry to get back? Golly, look at John's thumbnails and see if there's the beginning of an indentation near the quick. I was over at my buddy's last night. You know, he's a doctor. He had COVID. And he showed me his thumbnails, and he said he sees it all the time in people that had COVID, like an indentation in your thumbnail. This would be about the right time for that to start showing in John's thumbnails. Yeah, keep an eye out. Because I'll buy him a night down there. I'll buy him a night at that place. I'll pay for another night so he wouldn't need to leave till Sunday. Hey Conan, how you doing? Yeah, where you been? Okay. Yeah, let me know. I'll buy him a night there. I'll buy him Saturday, and then he doesn't need to leave till Sunday. Yeah, no, it's an indentation. Yeah, yeah, that's no problem, no problem. No, you had some people who getting ready to start trouble on there. That Atlanta, whatever her name is I'm pretty sure that's Ollie, and that catfish is that shitbag secular human weirdo, right, Deezy? Yeah. Good night, Mark. Have a good day tomorrow. Oh, Cumberland, good for you. Oh, I had a good time, huh? They have any snow down there at all? Yeah, but you can figure them out. They all have patterns. You notice they're not popping in here, don't you? It doesn't matter if they're on here as long as they keep their mouth shut. Oh, good. Sharon, make Dolly a moderator. Make Dolly a moderator. You're right, Deezy. Yeah, Dolly's a good mod, yeah. A really good one. Yeah. I think I told you to last time, but you just got busy. Yeah. No, they work for you, Christine? Yeah, that's how it is, MJ. It comes to the territory, you know? I'm sure did you just send it today? Because I would have replied to it if I got it. Oh, get that Remmer on, Christine. Get some Remmer on. Remeron. Super cheap. It's not addictive. Nobody's going to be afraid to prescribe it to you. No, I'm going to watch it though. No, yeah, no. Thank you. I am going to watch it. Yes. Yeah, take Remeron then, Eric. Oh, they took it down? What did she do, Jackie? What happened there? Yeah, it happens. You miss them, you know. Yep. Yep. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, they do have bots, that's for sure. Oh, this is the wrong video. This is Daisy's video. Yeah, I'm mixed up on my own channel. I gotta delete one of these. Just hang out a sec. Yeah, we're gonna be going in a minute, honey. We're going to. Just wait a second, honey. Yeah, I'll take these two down. No, I didn't take them in. No, you can't get anywhere close to those cats. Yeah, I got that. Don't like that. Thank you. I did. I'm gonna watch it. Yep. Thank you. Hey, what is that? What happened to Maddie's video? I guess I messed this up. I got it fixed. Oh, does Mary help her out? All right. Have a good day, Christine. Get that remmer on. Yeah, she does have family. Yeah. Oh, big time superwoman, yeah. No, that's all right, Jackie. That's no problem. No, that's bullshit. They're constantly saying they're asking for money and they never do. It's not true. Yeah, well, I mean, who doesn't hit? I mean, you're a goddamn heroin addict and a crack addict. They need money. I mean, no, you didn't, MJ. Hey, Major DC, DZ, can you hear me okay? You live in Cincinnati, right? Well, how about you email me tomorrow and give me a contact phone number for you? Oh, okay, Conan. Thanks. That'd be cool. Oh, good. Yeah, but I mean, what's enabling? I mean, what is enabling? Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, they went to town. Yeah. You know, tuna fish is cheaper than gourmet cat food. Oh, sorry about that, Tim. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of things they can get besides money, but look, there's varying thoughts on money. I mean, this isn't a Disney Channel, and it's something that you need to, be honest with yourself about. Let me give you an example. Let's say Marguerite is an example, right? Do you actually think that Marguerite is not? Yeah, I would say that's fair assumption there. Take Marguerite for an example. Marguerite's a crack user. She's been one forever. I don't think Marguerite's going to quit using crack. On the other hand, I've seen Marguerite buy things, food, clothes, whatever, with money she gets. She reads the book she gets, right? So, if she, I mean, this is a get real moment. I mean, are you going to not send $20 to Marguerite because you're afraid of what she's going to use it for? And let me give you another example. If take Maddie as an example. If you send her $100 and the difference was going to be her either going out and giving 5 blowjobs or staying at home, would that keep you from sending the $100? I mean, seriously, this is like something you need to get comfortable with. I mean, who's shitting who? I mean, it's not like people are sending money and saying, hey, I want you to use this for dope. But it is a consequence of people in this particular lifestyle. I mean, I think everybody hopes the best for them. But I mean, what gives here? I mean, I think it's, I give money without strings attached. Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, who's shitting who on this? I mean, Marguerite's been a drug addict for 40 years and Becky's been one for 15 or 20 years. I mean, and all of a sudden the $50 I give them, I'm enabling them. It's just nonsense. I mean, there's no logic to it. And if Becky needed $100 and it was the difference between sucking 5 dicks and not, I'd still give her the $100. Now you can castigate me for that and call me an enabler, and I'll own that. I hope that she would use the money for something else. I wish circumstances were different, but I would still do it. Yeah, I mean, I want the best for them, but I'm also not naive enough to think that, everybody isn't going to have the success story Tassie has. Yeah, okay then. Yeah, me too, Joe. I would too. Yeah. Yeah, $20 BJs. I hate to tell you this, but most of these women down there, I know this for sure, are giving BJs for $10. I just didn't want to like make them look bad. Yeah. I mean, it's a fucked up situation. And if nothing else, you've got to know these people. And if you don't send them any money, they have a social network now of people that care about them and are good, solid people they can count on that they didn't have before. They've got almost 11,000 subscribers. Good for them. I mean, you're not going to win any popularity contest doing this. I mean, I certainly have plenty of enemies, but I don't care. No, I think she would if she could, though, Tim. the reason she's not doing them is nobody wants one. She said that in the first interview that I had with her. I mean, when you get Marguerite's age, you go from blowjobs to panhandling. You know, I mean, I hate to put it in this way, but I mean, you know, I mean, like I said, a get real moment. Yeah, I don't understand it. I mean, you know, I wish they'd all. I wish Maddie would quit doing drugs and take figure skating lessons. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, are we just going to talk like cartoons? Yeah, I really do. You know. Now, here's an interesting thing. Now, you know, Sharon has admitted this. She's talked about it, so it's not like I'm spilling the tea. But Sharon never wrote a bunch of cocks or gave blowjobs to support her drug habit. Now, you would say, well, do I think different of Sharon than I do from Maddie or Cassie or Marguerite? And the answer is absolutely not. I don't. You know, there's a lot of ways you get to places and a lot of ways you get out. And I'm hoping that Sharon gets somehow led to a happier life. I'm not going to worry about the other stuff. I mean, if you're worried about what girls do, Sharon's a 45-year-old woman, and she can do whatever the hell she wants to do. It's not my business. But you know, you would think, well, that's great. Sharon wasn't given head to support her drug habit. I don't care if she did or she didn't. It's something she decided to do. I don't think better or less. I can pair her and Maddie the same, and Marguerite, Tassie, Sherry, all of them. I don't give a fuck. I mean, if you're this kind of person that you're going to be like in the back of your mind, you know, I hate to even use that stupid canned word, judge people. You know, if you sucked 10,000 dicks or none, it doesn't matter to me. So stupid. And if a good-looking young woman married a billionaire and sucked and fucked him 10 times a day for 10 years, you wouldn't think a goddamn thing about it. It's the circumstances that you're disappointed with. Look, like I've said all along, nobody raises their hand in the 5th grade and says that I want to be a drug-addicted prostitute or I want to shoplift for a living. It just kind of happens. That's why I block all these fuckers that talk about this choice. So stupid. Yeah, I don't even look at it like judging. It's just, you know, I'm lucky I think the way I do. Yeah, but it's the drug world, Eric. It's not a normal relationship. It's not June Cleaver. It's unbelievable. Once that hurdle is jumped, there's all sorts of men with women that are sex workers. It isn't gone with the wind. You could be there too, Eric. You're just not. You could fall in love with a girl and you weren't working, you didn't have any skills, you had your own drug problems, and she couldn't get viable employment. It's amazing what the human mind can block out when it comes to certain circumstances. I'd like, you know, when I was 25, if you'd have told me that I could have, that this would make any sense to me, I'd have told you you're crazy, it's nuts. But then I've seen this, I've witnessed it, I've got to know these people. You know, you're acting like sucking and fucking is like something that is like really off the charts. It's not. And it really offends and pisses off people when they consider people making money for it. If you go out to the chicken ranch in Paw Rump, Nevada, there's girls sucking dicks all goddamn day long, and it's legal. Do you feel the same way about them? I mean, it's just nuts. Yeah, I mean, there's thousands of women You know, women will go out and blow guys in parking lots after bars. What do you want to do? Like not talk to them again? I mean, this shit is so overblown. It's ridiculous. My problem with it is that I know they don't feel good about themselves. That's my issue. Whether they suck 5, 10, 20, 50, 10,000 dicks, doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. I know girls that never were prostitutes that have great careers, that are lawyers and doctors and everything else that sucked all sorts of goddamn dicks for free. Do you want to not like them over it? I mean, it's this logic behind this whole thing is just so flawed. That's why, we get rid of people that criticize these people. Negative comments. Yeah, wash off. That ain't no shit. I mean, it's not the end of the world. They have a disease. It's a recognized disease, by the way. And if they could have avoided it, they would have. And you just hope that you can be a part of someone. I don't even care. It's not the dick sucking that bothers me. I know they don't feel good about themselves. When you get a young, pretty, attractive girl that's not taking showers and getting her nails done, her hair, and wearing the same fucking clothes for a week, that's the part that bothers me. Not the dick sucking. Oh, yeah, sorry about that, Eric. Oh, congratulations. Yeah, it's a human condition, but I mean, if they were going out and like murdering people to support their drug habit, now this is a logical, rational argument that there's something really wrong that needs to be addressed right away, but they're not. I mean, it's crazy. Go to Michigan State, University of Michigan, Colorado State. They're all fucking and sucking all goddamn night long with no pay. Does that make you feel better about it? I mean, get off this crazy shit about these people being sex workers. Oh, hell, it could have been a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, just think. I'm not knocking any of the women on the women on here. Really, I'm not saying this to make you feel bad, but just think of all the dicks you sucked for nothing. So what? I mean, this isn't like murder. It's not mayhem. I mean, you know what I mean? It's so stupid. Yeah, I just don't, it's just, there's so many, you don't really get a lot of academics that are come on and make these disparaging negative comments. You know why? Because they're smarter people. And when you learn about human behavior, this isn't that big of a deal. The big deal is risking their life supporting a drug habit and the associated things that come along with it. STDs, liver problems, hepatitis, fentanyl deaths. This is the issue. It's not the sex part. Yeah, they hate their lives. That's exactly it. They do. And there's a point where you have so much baggage and it's so daunting. Like what Sharon knows this. It's just like it's so much easier to stay that way and get a dose of fentanyl than it is to try and get on the right track. Desperate people do desperate things. That's exactly right. Yeah. But it's not even really that desperate. I don't know how you can call sex work desperate when there's women all over the place doing it for nothing. I mean, this isn't this big of a deal. Yeah, I never really, even when I was young, I never looked at this as like judging. I never, like, first of all, I'm not in any capacity to judge anybody, but that word is used a lot. And I never really thought that way. Yeah, no hope you have nothing, Kia. That's exactly it. Right? Yeah, one thing I will say is the people that I've met that I've got to know, I know they know 100% that I don't give two shits about that. You don't need to feel bad about me, what I think, because that doesn't even faze me at all. That's exactly right, BJ. It's not one size fits all. Yeah, no, I just never felt that way. And this isn't just like working girls. This is like homeless guys, people that just get behind the eight ball, and it's hard to get out of. That's true, Tim. Yeah. Yep. I mean, if a married couple, like I said, if she gave 10 BJs a day, they'd call that a young couple with a great sex life. If Maddie gives 10 a day, they don't want to have anything to do with her. Like I said, it's the circumstances. It's not the act in and of itself. Yeah, chance of being killed. That's true. But the reason that people stay responsible that have careers, because a lot of times you can't have a criminal record that's linked to licensing. Your spouse is going to tell you to hit the fucking road. You can't do all sorts of shit. So you have things that you want to protect, and because of that, there's things that you don't do. Drinking and driving, usually. You don't want to do drugs because you got a good life. You get your kicks out of a promotion, a big house, a boat, an up north cabin. You're sending your kids to good schools. It's that background noise in the back of your mind telling you, hey, these people, we're really doing well. We've got a 3,000-foot ranch. I got one kid at Michigan, one at Michigan State. I don't want to fuck this up. So I'll get a designated driver. I don't want to get caught fucking around with my husband, even though he bores me at times, because we have a pretty good thing going. Now, the opposite of that are people like Marguerite. Marguerite has a tumultuous relationship with her daughters, who I've talked to and kind of got to know. If you were given up and put into foster care and Marguerite was your mother, you probably wouldn't think too much of her. If you're a guy like me that just happens to be fucking around down there and seeing her all the time, I've got to know her through a relationship outside of being a parent. I may not feel the same if I was one of her children, but you know what? I'm not. So for me, my relationship's different. I want to help her. I like her. I know she likes the social aspect. I know she's a drug addict. I know she's going to stay a drug addict, but it isn't going to change the way that I treat her. People are going to say that's enabling. Well, fuck you guys, because you know what? I'm not running for any political office. Doesn't matter. I say all the time, I've got as many enemies as I've got friends. That's just the way it's going to be. Becky has no intentions of leaving Michigan Avenue. And I'm going to be there till the day they found her in a dumpster someplace. I hope I'm wrong, but that's the way I've decided to handle it all. I'd love nothing better than to have Becky have a better life. And these constant comments that you get about they need to go to rehab. Hey, guess what? A lot of these women don't want to go to rehab. They don't. That's what you want them to do. It's not what they want to do. And these are the people that we get rid of and ban and block because they just don't get it. Yeah. Well, it depends on who you ask, Allie. It depends on who you ask. I mean, it's a sliding scale. I mean, if you're an enabler, are you on the same scale with Kathy as you would be with Becky? I mean, if Kathy uses 50% less crack than Becky, does that make you less of an enabler? I mean, the whole thing's just skewed. These are people with legitimate mental diseases that need help. Hey, look at how much Kathy's life has been enhanced after meeting you. big time. Because she's had trauma in her life, is estranged from her family, is living in an unlit home with no water. Does that mean that you should distance yourself from her? No. And this has, in my case, nothing to do with religion. Zero. I mean, I tell people all the time, I mean, hell's got my name on it, Cher. Been there forever. Yeah, I mean, I think I just, I don't know why I think the way I do. This comes up, I mean, I think this to myself all the time, but I'm so damn happy I do. I really am. Things come across, I'll give you an example, like, people say, well, like, on one hand, you could say, well, they accuse me of having sex with these girls, which is nonsense. There's no evidence of that, right? But even if I did, I mean, after all, they're working women, right? But to me, I would think if you did some shit like that, but even though there may not be anything legally wrong with it, there's something fucked up about it. That would be like me being married to a woman and screwing my stepdaughter when we got divorced. Nothing wrong with it. It isn't my biological daughter. I can't really articulate this properly to you, but it's fucking weird. If you did some fucked up shit like that, there's something wrong with you. Which is why I always monkey wrench anybody trying to figure out where the women that I interview work. Now, you could probably figure it out on your own. Not happening. I'm not telling you where they're at. I'm not giving them your email. Not happening. Why? I can't really explain that to you. Just not doing it. I don't want any connection, even though I just got done telling you that sex for money isn't that big of a deal, with lining any of these women I know up indirectly with some of these fucking weirdos out there. And I'm sure some of them are just happen to be lonely guys, and that's the only way they could have any kind of relationship. I don't know that either, but it's kind of like the stepdaughter thing. Can't really tell you why, but it's just pretty damn weird. Yeah. Yeah, I just couldn't do it. Yeah, either get it or you don't. That's exactly right. Yeah, that's what I think. I've noticed a couple times with a couple people. Okay, I had it happen with Becky one time when we went out and got something to eat, which those are always such fun times for me. And I was stupid enough to say, I never hit you up. She said, please, if you don't think I didn't figure that out, like after about a month, you're dumb. And those assholes ran into me down there in Detroit that night. I don't know what they were going to do. I had two of the working girls call me and said, don't worry about it. I've got you a gun. The serial numbers are ground off. You need to protect yourself. That's bullshit. Just do whatever you have to do and give me the gun if you use it. I'll get rid of it. And I know they know that they can count on me for stuff. I'm probably get it stuck up my ass sometimes. Lied to. But lying goes along with people with drug issues. They constantly got these juggling act, these balls in the air. They think I'm a good guy, they like me, but on the other hand, they need some goddamn money for some dope. So, I mean, you get very good at manipulating as a drug addict. And that if a person that's a giving, caring person that hasn't been around long, that wanting to go to rehab is going to get you something. I mean, how much money do you think a working girl will get if she said, hey, you know what? There's no fucking way in the world I'm going to rehab. I'm never going. And if that's what you got in mind, I think you probably shouldn't talk to me any longer. Not happening. They need a constant influx of cash. any way they can get it. It's the way it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, I knew that I graduated through this school of hard knocks when I willingly, happily, of my own volition, gave women that that I've interviewed money because they were dope sick. Now, if you'd have told me that 5 years ago, I'd said, "Are you crazy? That's enabling." But if you learn about dope sick, well, like I said, I'm lucky because if I had some kind of social work license or was a legitimate psychologist, they'd take my license away by the end of the month. I would get fucked left and right. I am protective about them. It's weird. It's so stupid. You know, not like crazy. Like I said before, there's always a group of guys like my age hanging around, getting these girls out of jail. Some of them are non-sexual relationships, like geisha girls. And I don't know. There are some good guys out there. There are, and there's some weird perverted bastards out there too. Yeah, it's a shitty life. I've been trying to catch this train coming through town. I want to get my GoPro out there, but I'm missing it. I hear it going by now. Yeah, well, if you hate liars, I mean, if you're not on drugs and you're a friend of mine and you lie, that's going to really piss me off. If you're on heroin, I mean, that's what you got to love about Tassie. Even Tassie at her worst times is you'll never get that kind of truthfulness. Drugs or no drugs. No fucking around. It's so weird. When you consider Tassie's life out there, working the streets as a 15-year-old, she got robbed of her whole teenage life. Her mother overdosed on heroin. Just one goddamn banana peel after another. Trying to hang in there, working like a fucking dog at a hamburger place. Always happy, always in a good mood, always tells you like it is. Tassie's earned a free pass with me. She needs money on rent. She's getting it. No questions asked. It's amazing she's even alive. They don't always want it, Conan. They don't always want it. It's fucking crazy. And here's the other side of the coin too, and I've talked about this. I mean, I don't think negatively about someone that doesn't want to be a soccer mom in a suburb doing laundry. I mean, happiness, what is it, right? When you pin down these people that are on these girls all the time about rehab, and you try and extract from them what they think happiness is for a person other than themselves, it's all over the map. And when you take what they said and you approach the person that they were talking about, they say they're fucking crazy. So that's the disjointed part about it. You got these third parties that don't know shit coming up with these abstract stories of what they think happiness is to a person that doesn't look at happiness like that at all. Happiness to Becky, and she's talked about this before, is no blowjobs and a steady supply of money for dope. Oh, Tassie is a miracle, big time. Yeah, that's what I say, Sharon. See, you know that. Most people don't. Yeah. Yeah, walk them on those shoes. That's no shit. Yeah. You wouldn't believe the educated people that I know. You know, there's only a couple of my friends that know that I even have a YouTube channel. But once in a while, believe it or not, somebody will recognize my voice through a video that was recommended while they were watching basket weaving or some shit. And they'll call me out and it's like, is that Chosen One Thing? Is that you? It's like, yeah, it's like I thought that was those West Branch videos and stuff. It's like, what the fuck are you doing out there? It's like, what are you talking about? It's like you're going down there in those dangerous neighborhoods, you're dealing with these losers that, can't, drugs or sleeping with strangers. And right, I cut them off right then and there. If I don't hang up with them, I'll just find a way to cut them off and just, this conversation's going nowhere. Oh, thank you, Dolly. Yeah, I do have that happen. Maybe I can tell you like instances, five instances, where that's happened to me. They've recognized my voice. I guess my voice has sounded the same. My whole. I'll tell you a funny thing about. People do bring up my voice sometimes, but I want to tell you a weird thing about this. I never really had problems getting girlfriends. I mean, I didn't, but I never dated a girl, even my wife. I never had anybody I dated or my wife ever say anything about my voice. Isn't that weird? I have strangers that do, but nobody I was ever involved in. I think it's so weird because people bring it up a lot, and you would have thought that would have come up in the midst of a conversation some way, and it never did, not once. Oh, thank you, Major Deezy. I mean, people do comment on it. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you, it's kind of a problem, and that is because I do think I sound younger than guys my age. And I think what happens sometimes, believe me, I've had it happen before. You'll hear through women places that they can't wait to meet me, and I think, oh my God, man, it's like setting yourself up. I'd rather sound like Pee Wee Herman and look like, Pierce Bronson or something instead of the other way around. It's like, oh, we thought this guy was like, Pee Wee Herman. Like, look at him. It's like, oh, fuck. It's like, almost 90% of the time when I meet people, they'll say, man, you weren't at all what I thought you looked like. Yeah, I know what they're talking about too. It's like this Alan Allman pillow talk bullshit. Yeah, I know what they mean by that. I've had it happen to me too. I told you there was an air traffic controller that used to work nights in Ann Arbor. And she sounded like, someone you'd expect on an 800 sex line thing. After about 2 years, she said, hey, why don't you come on up to the control tower? I'd like to meet you. We've been talking all these years. And I went up there and the first thing I thought was, how does this lady get up there every night? Do they, I mean, not at all what I was expecting. Look, face it, you guys. That's another thing you get your balls sliced off for. Look, you got to be attracted to people, okay? I mean, a voice is one thing, but you better have some other stuff going along with it. Maybe if I was just having phone sex with Weight Watchers women, I could get away with it. But the minute I met him, it's like, I don't think so. Yeah. That's terrible, isn't it? I tell people all the time, man. I mean, this sounds so crazy, but I know when I was young, when I went to college, I wasn't expected to go to college. I thought, I can't wait to get up there. This is going to be so fun, just fucking around, like having girls help me with my shit and trying to screw these girls. It was exactly like that. I went from a junior college and transferred to a 4-year school, and it was so much goddamn fun. It was just what I dreamed of. All night, walking, staying out, fucking around, going over to their dorm. I always lived in an apartment. It was just exactly what I dreamed about. Really, that was like a unique time. And then when I got older, like it kind of trails off. I tell people all the time, if you don't get hooked up in high school or college, once you start heading to your like middle 20s, the odds, it's like a scratch off lottery ticket, are really low. All that quality stuff is gone. It just is. I'm not saying it can't happen. You're going to meet some 60-year-old couple that met on a cruise and love of their lives. Yeah, that's why it's on TV, because it's so rare. So I could see in my late 20s that this shit was dwindling fast, which is why I decided to get married. And then I was married. I didn't really like it that much. I was kind of given an ultimatum, and I didn't want to like have her marry somebody else. So I thought, well, I better do this. But after about 12 years, I thought, this just really isn't for me. And not, like, because I wanted to go out and date a bunch of other women. I just really wasn't into it. And I had one girlfriend for about 3 months in 98. She was really pretty and nice. I couldn't wait to get rid of her. And then I had one about 8 years ago for about 2 months that lived down in, what the hell's that town? It starts with a C near Flint. Whitey's Fish, Davidson. I couldn't wait to get rid of her either. And then I met one married woman when I first moved here, who I really liked. I did. That's the second time that happened to me in my life. And she really liked me too. She was a straight shooter and only been married a few years. And I would never do some shit like that. And we used to go out to lunch, and her husband said, I don't want you hanging around that guy anymore. I mean, if she'd have said, hey, look, let's go get a hotel and fuck all day, I wouldn't have done it. That would have totally turned me off on her. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know what it is, the combination of things. My parents were kind of like that. I had a sister like that. But I knew when I left my wife back in 98, it wasn't like, I was looking for a plan B. So I've just kind of drifted around my whole life. And my channel is totally reflective of. No, he was a white guy. Electrifying Mojo was black. Just kind of like, even in my like mid 30s, I was thinking, this isn't really for me. But that's it. Some people, I see people that have great things, but it just didn't work out for me. Yeah, total loner. Yeah, big time, man. And now at this age, I'm kind of on the home stretch. In a way, it's like a big relief, because even though during those years, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, this Disney movie of, happily ever after. I got an idea that the chances of something like that happening to me are like winning the Powerball. Oh, you don't need a relationship, huh? Well, good for you. No, he wasn't black. He was a white guy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. This sounds terrible, and believe me, I certainly have my shortcomings. But it almost seems like after 50, everybody I met was a psycho. I mean, just fucking crazy. And I think that goes back to my original premise that the good stuff's gone. The non-crazies are already taken. 65, yeah. Yeah, 60. I just turned 65 in January. It does fly. Yeah, it sure does, man. God damn it. Yeah, I can't believe it. You see, I think, now I could be wrong on this too. Everything I say could be total nonsense. But I think that like these older people that get married, I think it's out of loneliness. And luckily, that's one problem I don't have. Loneliness, And I think that's what gets you married when you're older. It certainly isn't sex appeal. Weird. I still have a good relationship. I'm still married, for God's sakes. Ron Jeremy, yeah, he's in big trouble now, by the way. I don't think a relationship's an endurance test, and I don't think it necessarily, I think I'd be impossible to live with. So that's why you see me fucking around on YouTube all the time. I've been this exact same way. If I'd have started this YouTube channel, if it had been around like 40 years ago, it'd have been the same. I've been doing the same shit. It's my whole life, to be honest with you. But I'd have been doing this just with no place to upload it to before. I mean, it's surprising to me that there's other people out there that like to watch this stuff. But I would have been doing it, just it would have been in albums and DVDs and SD cards, and I wouldn't have been conversing like I am now. It's so weird. It really, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoy these like chats, and I got to know people, and people come on. It's really interesting to me. Yeah, I don't know what the hell he did, but we were talking about porn stars the other day, and it's like I've had women ask me they've thought about getting into porn. It's like, hey, I don't think you should. And here's the sole reason that I don't think they should is because I've looked at the lives of the people that were in porn afterwards. It's just disastrous. Look at the suicide rate of ex-porn actors and actresses. It's through the roof. Why? It's just such an unfulfilling, empty career. Yeah, when they're young, they're paying it off. I got a high sex drive. I'm getting paid for it. Yeah, bullshit. I went to a swingers thing when I was about like 27 down in Toledo. Yeah. Let me tell you a funny thing happened on this. So I meet this girl through a dating thing. She was a big shot at Ford Motor Company. So we go out, and I'll never forget we saw Rocky in Windsor, and went out to dinner, had a good time, and I shouldn't be telling you this. This is kind of weird, but so we have a good time. We go out to dinner. I said, well, I'll take you home. She said, I don't want to go home. It's like, you don't? It's like, no, what do you want to do? So let's just get a hotel over here in Windsor. It was the old Holiday Inn. So we get a room there, stayed all night, you can imagine what happened. And I thought she was cool, but I wasn't really into her that much. And she had a roommate that was really cute. Yeah, I did it I didn't do it, but I did go to a swingers club. So this is what I'm getting to. So I dated her for about a month. I wasn't really into it. And she had a cute roommate though. So she has a summer party one night. And the roommate I thought was really cute. We're talking, everybody's getting fucked up. I'll never forget, I brought a case of Labatt's, and I remember them commenting on bringing a case of premium beer instead of Bud Light or something. It was a party in West Bloomfield. And the roommate's there with her boyfriend. And, she said, hey, Tom, how you doing? She knew we went to this swingers club in Toledo about a week before. And not me, but the girl that I went got screwed like 5 guys that night. It was crazy. I didn't give a shit because I wasn't really into it, right? It was weird. It was like hot tubs. It was at a house, that kind of shit. And this girl's going with some guy, and we're talking, and she says, we're drinking, fucking around. I was going to spend the night there anyway, because I didn't want to drive drinking. Her boyfriend takes off, and the girlfriend comes later, and she said, I just want to say, I think you're a really good guy. I'm breaking up with this douchebag, and would you be interested in dating me? It's like, fucking A, would I ever? I met you, I thought you were cute when I first met you. You sure that Francine won't have a problem? She said, no, I already ran it by her. So she said, I'd like to go to that swingers club with you sometime. Well, that never happened. I dated her for like about a month. I wasn't really into her either. But it's just weird how shit hangs out. I've looked this lady up on the internet about a month and a half ago. She was older than me. She's like 72 now. And she had a cute daughter that was like really young at the time that was getting good grades and everything. And the daughter lives with the mom and doesn't work. It's just so, and this lady was making like 20 grand a year in 84 at Ford Motor Company. She had a great job. And they're living in this kind of like fucked up, really kind of dumpy looking house in South Carolina. But it's funny how life pans out for some people. You know, I could call her up right now and she's super positive, you know, nice person, but I didn't give a shit about her. Just kind of drifted apart. Yeah. But the swingers party, you know, that may sound good in a fantasy way, but they're a bunch of weirdos too. Let me give you something that's analogous to that. For a while, I was really into pit bulls. If you know about them, they were a symbol of rich people at one time, wealth. The RCA Victor dog was a pit bull. Petey and the Little Rascals was a pit bull. This whole damn pit bull thing got turned around in the 80s and 90s. But they're great dogs. You got to train them to be vicious, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you get into these kind of things, and a lot of things, I liked pit bulls. They were fun. And for a while, I bred a couple pit bulls because they were just such great dogs. And I thought, man, I've got this great female and this great male. And I didn't really need the money, but I just thought, well, I'm just going to like, you know, have a good gene pool and, you know, people that want a good dog, I'm going to be able to sell them one at a reasonable rate. And you know that the truth of the matter is I didn't like the people that came over to my house that were buying pit bulls. I know that sounds fucked up because, you know, I had pit bulls. I mean, I'm not better than anybody else, but it was always these degenerate, pot smoking, you know, low life motherfuckers. It was never like the people that I would have socialized with, that I would have had a great mutual relationship with. And it didn't last very long because I didn't like the kind of people that seemed to be interested in buying pit bulls. Now, could you say that everybody that owns a pit bull is a douchebag? No. Could you say that a lot of people that own pit bulls are different than the people that you'd like to socialize with? Definitely, yes. I mean, if I was breeding Cocker Spaniels, I'm sure I would have liked the group of people that would have bought the puppies much different. So I got out of breeding pit bulls because I didn't like the kind of people that it brought to my house. It sounds terrible, I know. I just didn't. It's weird. Yeah, so you just never really, you know, just, no. I mean, if you go down to like this bed and breakfast I have in Florida caters to rich people, believe it or not. That was kind of by accident. Wellington, Florida is a big polo place. I mean, these are crazy money. I mean, the billionaires, that kind of shit. And, you know, the people that aren't billionaires but still have a shit ton of money, Wellington gets packed up in the horse season, dressage. Dressage is where the crazy money's at. And that's kind of the people that stay there and pay the big bucks for the November, December, January, February, March, April. The rest of the time, it's all gravy money. But you really make your money on rich people with dressage horses. And some of the people need, I have a barn down there where you can keep like 20 horses if you need to. And you just see, I'll tell you, but I mean, you think, well, they're a bunch of snobby rich people. I'll tell you, they were the most interesting, educated, cultured people you'd ever meet in your life. That sounds terrible. I mean, it's an unfair analysis to compare dressage horse owners to pit bull buyers, but you can't help but do it. It was a lot of fun. It's not all bitchy rich people. I'll tell you who stayed there quite a bit. You know, the actress Glenn Close? She would stay there for a month at a time. Yeah. One guy had his own helicopter. Yeah, a twin engine helicopter. He landed on the property. He took me to Bahamas twice to go bone fishing for bonefish. You know, most of it was old money. I mean, like, I'm talking like crazy money. I mean, like 200 million, 500 million, that kind of shit. It's so interesting. But when you run into people with this kind of cash, they never worked a day in their life. No, I never owned horses. I did breed dromedary camels, the single hump. But that was so I could get a tax break. I never was interested in horses, but I'll tell you, these dressage horses. I mean, there's people that have $500,000 into a horse all day long. If you see a dressage horse, I don't know if you're familiar with that. I didn't know a damn thing about it. I was just a dumbass from a suburb of Detroit. Dressage. I knew what a racehorse was and a draft horse was. Then you get down there and you're rubbing elbows with these people and you find out about dressage. Watch it. Go on YouTube and look at like dressage championships. You know what just occurred to me while I was saying that? I knew people that knew Christopher Reeves through that hobby. And they said that he was an accident waiting to happen. Just a guy that bought himself into a hobby where there was really a protocol for getting to the level he was where you competed. And basically he caused that by giving that horse an incorrect cue. That was a highly trained, super expensive horse. But the horse, hesitated, which threw him off, and then the rest of the story. But watch a dressage horse, and to see an animal do something like that is like mind-boggling. I mean, it's like a ballet dancer, only it's a horse. It's nuts. Yeah, Clydesdales. Yeah. Yeah, it's huge money. But if you look up Wellington, Florida, you'll see the big dressage show every year. I mean, just crazy money. Yeah, Lexington's an interesting place. Hey, Patricia, how you doing? Yeah, I was just, I got a recommended video to me today. I was looking, and there was a lady, sounds Australian. She goes around buying these wild horses that they caught and took places, and she matched this one up with its girlfriend that it hadn't seen in 2 years. Really a beautiful video. These horses are gorgeous, man. They look like bodybuilder horses. I don't know, wild horses. They look just so healthy. Crazy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This lady. There's a lot of rich people who do crazy shit like that. This guy with the helicopter did stuff like that. They had so much damn money. They own place. They had like 4 homes they own that were in Architectural Digest. One of them is in Wisconsin someplace. They had a place in Bahamas, a place in Key West. And, the wife was an animal lover, and like they'd find some horse that, was worth $3 million that broke its hip and wasn't worth a shit, and they were going to make dog food out of it. And they'd go pay $300,000 for it, even though it could never race again, and give it a good home. Hey, darling. Yeah, good night. Yeah. Oh, yeah, horses can do some big time damage. I had a friend of mine, he's dead now, but he was a big photo broker. I was really into photography for a long time, vintage photos. And he had a sister-in-law who was a big shot in some New York company, retired early, it's worth about $8 million. Went out to Montana, always wanted to own a horse farm. Was out there about a month, got bucked off, hit her head on a rock, and was in an assisted living care facility for the rest of her life until she died at like 63. It's one of those, be careful what you wish for. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Horses, what they can do, what they're capable of. Yeah, isn't that something? Yeah. It's an assisted living care facility, closed head injury. Oh yeah, helicopters are like crazy money. Jets are crazy money. Yeah, if you get a chance, just look at the operating costs of jets, especially like these G650s, like these movie stars and some of the sports guys own. These Gulfstreams. Look at the operating costs per hour. Blow your mind. It's like $4,000 an hour. Helicopters are crazy too. There's a girl up here, her mother. I was talking to her mother. I got a book printed, a manual for some software that I had. And she was feeding horses for somebody up here. You know, horses, and the horse got spooked and it swung its head around and his head hit the girl's head. And she was in a coma for a week. Now she came out of it, but I've known a couple people that have got banged up by horses. Yeah, Glenn Close would stay there for a month. I'll be honest with you, I never met her. I was long gone by the time she started. She was staying there. I never met her. And also the owners of the Cincinnati Reds stayed there. Yeah. Yeah, I met some cool people down there, but Florida's just not for me. You know, it's like all stuff, right? I mean, sometimes things work out for you and sometimes they don't. And why, I don't know. You could be an atheist or Christian. I mean, I don't know. Florida didn't work out for me. I barely, I'll tell you, man, I'd have been out about $650,000 if I'd have fucked around and waited 3 more months to sell my birds. I got lucky. Susan Clubb, who was my veterinarian down there, can look her up too, CLUBB. She went broke. I got out just in the nick of time. Yeah. What's that now? So I've dodged some bullets. I've been lucky. Oh, Key West is crazy. They say the billionaires are buying out the millionaires now. I used to go down, you know, for a while you could fly for $138 from Flint to Key West. You had to do a plane change in Atlanta. I was going down there for a week. I like Key West. I mean, the only thing to do down there, Key West is a good place to take a new date that you're attracted to. Because other than that, it's gay bars, drag shows, and getting drunk. There's nothing else to do. The beaches aren't shit. Not that I go to them anyway. I mean, you can eat a lot of good seafood, fuck around, but it's mainly a drinking, dick sucking fest. If you're a straight guy by yourself, you're fucked. All the women there show up as couples. Yeah. Key West is cool, but it's like Mackinac Island. 2 or 3 days, I'm out of there. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. I mean, I joke and say sometimes, I mean, I had some really good gay friends that I wish I would have been gay because blowjobs are so much cheaper. But Key West is cool. Mallory Pier. I mean, if I never, I'll probably go back to Key West. The drag shows are fun. I got into it. Last time I was there was about 6 or 7 years ago. And I got into it with some goddamn Celine Dion impersonator. She was pissed and I was videotaping. They're on my YouTube thing that I was videotaping her act. You know, I'm drinking, right, down there, not fucking doing shit. She comes over and says, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't like videotape my act. It's like, why? It's like, well, because it's a very special act and I don't want other people copying. I said, anybody can come in here and watch this fucking bullshit. She said, I don't think it's bullshit. Well, it was all downhill after that. As it turns out, we made up. A day later, I happened to run into this motherfucker buying a goddamn seafood sandwich on Duval Street, you know, the main drag down there. And she didn't have, it was a guy, right? Didn't have her makeup on, came up and said, hey, you that motherfucker that I told quit filming me the other night? It's like, yeah. She said, well, I'm fucking, whoever. It's like, oh, how you doing? Said, hey, why don't we just start over? It's like, hey, sounds good to me, man. I didn't give a fuck. Drinking, I mean, anybody can come in here and, tape you. I probably shouldn't have done it. If I was sober, I might have, my apologies. And as it turns out, this fucker was a top real estate seller down there in Key West. Really made an absolute killing. I mean, was like, in the top 5 and did this drag show shit. It was absolutely fantastic. Really good. It was good. Fucking around. I don't care. I had a good time. Chicks with dicks. Take a walk on the wild side. But I like going down there. You can get like a lobster sandwich, a shrimp sandwich, shrimp roll. Faneuil Hall's like that in Boston. Okay, Superwoman. Yeah, good to see you again. Thank you. You're number one. You're the top moderator of all time. You stood by me through thick and thin. No subscribers and a lot of subscribers. You got a free pass just like Tassie. Yeah, Faneuil Hall. I don't know if you've been to Boston. It's crazy. Good time. Been out there in a while either. I've been to all these places so many times. Hey, Kat. I had a good life. I really did, man. I struck it rich. I got lucky at a young age. All shit luck. Really super got lucky. I didn't have any downtime until like about 5 years ago. I had a rash of a couple of fucked up years. Now I'm doing great again. But I am kind of bored. I've been to these places so many times that, I traveled for 10 years, didn't work, fucked around. And it's like, now I'm just kind of like, I did too much in my life. I know that sounds terrible, but it's like I run out of things to do that motivate me. I mean, I do like doing my YouTube and stuff, and I only do what I really like doing. But I am in kind of like a fucked up crossroads. That's why, I don't want to be a horror to views and subscribers. I mean, it's great having people that have an interest, and I appreciate it, but I'm not gonna like, horror myself out for views and stuff. Yeah, I got the greatest dog in the world, man. I wouldn't take anything for Daisy. I find myself thinking sometimes I'd have a hard time handling not having Daisy in my life. That sounds nuts. I used to criticize people, I'd think to myself, I'd never say it to them, but it's a dog, man. Get a grip on your life. It's not a human. Well, I don't say that anymore because Daisy's been like my top dog ever. Yeah, the world is fucked up, which is why I'm not getting the shot for COVID. Last fucking thing I want to do is live another 20 years. This world is fucking crazy. Fucking capitalism is in the goddamn tank. Just being a motivated person and charting your own course is pretty much over. Now it's all specialty shit and all A motherfuckers. I had 3,000 pairs of parrots at one time. I'm not kidding. I'm not bragging because it was a long time ago, right? Any money that I have now, honest to God, I made it all in the 80s. I made all my money from 83 to 92. I did. I mean, I was fucking killing it, man. I've been able to milk it all these years. I didn't make fucking jack shit, like, you know, fucking living, but I made killer money for about 10 years. And then I sold a detective agency for about $1,300,000 and financed it. I got lucky. I think back there and look back on that, and it's like, man, you lucky motherfucker. Yeah, I think kind of, Eric. I got so goddamn lucky. I mean, I'm telling you, I knew PIs that were like a fucking 1,000 times better than me. Big time. And same with my YouTube channel, man. I fuck around, goddamn camera on the ground, balling around. Fucking looks like it was in a dryer. Upload the video. I don't spend that. I'm too lazy to like edit and all this shit. Yeah, I got so fucking lucky, man. Yeah, that's why, you know I got lucky, which is why I have the same philosophy with my YouTube channel as I did with my, my attitude towards other things. Man, I know I'm lucky. If I was some smart motherfucker like Elon Musk, building rocket ships in my spare time while I fuck with the big three, making electric cars. But like now, I got like 15 years maybe left. I'm on the fucking home stretch and I'm glad for it. I can't imagine starting out right now. I mean, it's just different. There are people that are doing it. But like in the 80s and stuff, 70s, you could start out like a painting company, fucking cleaning out garages, all sorts of shit, and like make money. Open a bakery anywhere, a hot dog stand. It's not like that anymore. I could be wrong, but I don't think it is. 3,000 pair. Yeah, it's fucking crazy mental illness. I mean, I have had a lot of mental health problems, but like I talk about girls selling themselves for money. I mean, my mental health didn't really fuck me up until about 4 years ago. Other than that, it was actually helped me. ADD. I learned a lot of shit, crazy shit, and a lot of good girlfriends. It didn't really bite me in the ass until like one time for about a 2-year period 4 years ago. And now I'm back on the track again. Hopefully I don't get in that spiral again, but it could happen. Take it a day at a time. What's that spell? What's that, Sharon? So I've been one lucky son of a bitch, man. I really have. I have. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, yeah. But honestly, I think my goddamn mental illness, it worked for me in the 80s, in the early 90s. It did. I mean, it was like thinking out of the box, just doing crazy shit that customers liked. And, it was like, fuck. I had like 5 years where I didn't want any more customers. I'm not kidding you. I remember saying to my wife one time, it's like, can you believe we're making this crazy ass money? She said, no, it's just like a fantasy land. Yeah, there's things that I should do, Neff, different. Like I'm lazy about my head. Here's the truth of the matter is like I'm a lazy motherfucker, for starters. But here's the deal. You go out, you take 4K video. Good night, Sharon. 4K video, which is like huge files. So you'll notice on these videos I've done, like you'll see me starting the camera up, extending the pole, and then moving it around the air, right? And then taking my video, and then you'll hear that noise, and that's me bringing the pole down. Now, if I wasn't so goddamn lazy, I would edit out all that fucking bullshit. But it takes a lot of time. If I take a 20-minute 4K video and I knock off 6 minutes of poor bullshit, that's about 3 hours. And then it's another 4 hours to upload it. So what I try to do is hurry the bullshit up as quick as I can. So people aren't looking at this. It's like, I'm looking at Blacktop. What's this crazy motherfucker doing? And then you see the shit that I went out there for. But when I look at my stuff compared to a lot of other channels, it's got to be so frustrating for people to just see some fuck off like me. I mean, I'm not bragging because there's no like skill to it. I get like 4,000 subscribers a month and I don't do shit. It's nuts. No edits, no. But it's because I'm lazy. It takes way longer. Like that cat video, the one where the single cat out there eating. I didn't want to, I had like a lot of dead time. That plate of food just sitting there for like 50 minutes, which was eternity in a 4K file. So I had to edit that motherfucker down and then upload it. So you didn't just get, you'd be pissed if you looked at 11 minutes of a plate of food and no cat eating it. So that whole thing's about a 5-hour deal. So I'm always conscious of this when I'm out videotaping, but at the same time, too lazy to edit out turning the camera on, hoisting the pole up in the air, and you looking at my shoes, my hubcaps, and blacktop. It's fucked up. Well, if the noise is really bad, on that pole that I extend, it vibrates at certain length, and you never know when that's going to happen. So if it's just crazy vibration, sounds like a giant vibrator that's duct taped to the pole, even a lazy motherfucker like me has to say, man, this is going to drive people nuts. So I dub music over it. If you look at that long ice video I did the other day of Augrey, where I put music over that, you would have went crazy if I didn't. I don't want to. I'd love to just upload that file and never edit it first, but it was just too bad, too shitty. It's just, when it's too shitty for me, it's like off the charts bad. Give me a couple snacks. Weak in what way, Daisy? Oh, you think so, Joe? Yeah, it's called a doka stick, DOCA, 30 feet long. No, but don't like that. But it isn't all as like up and up and great as you think it is. I'm lucky to be in a position where I can tell the truth. I'm not trying to bang any chicks that come on here. I'm not trying to get you to invest in a pyramid scheme. I don't want any sponsors. I would never ask anybody to send Patreon. I've never once said thumbs up, subscribe, none of that shit. So I don't have to whore myself out because I'm lucky to be in that position. And I want to keep it that way. But if I wasn't in that way and I needed money, you do fucked up shit, just like the working girls. You mislead people. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? How you feeling? You get them into shit that has bad odds. I can afford to be honest. That's why. Well, I appreciate that, MJ. Yeah. Well, I can't blame somebody. It's so much longer when I have to run 20 minutes of 4K video through an editor and then upload it on top of that. It takes what would be easy and turns it into 5 hours. Spilling with, yeah, there you go. Don't like that. See, I mean, the good news is there is a silver lining to this, and that is that, like people like Sharon knows me pretty well. We've only known each other about 7 months, but once that happens, it's good. Sharon's an attractive woman, and she knew pretty early on that it wouldn't have mattered if she was 500 pounds to me. And even though, as a human being, you're hedonistic, pleasure seeking, she knew that she could count on me for with no bullshit attached. But I don't take credit for just being a good guy. I take credit for being lucky. I am one lucky ass motherfucker. I really am. And if you met my wife, you'd say I was crazy for leaving her, which I would agree with. If it wouldn't have been her, it would have been somebody else. Yeah, it's fucking nuts. I had a buddy of mine retire from Delta Airlines about 4 years ago. And I knew a lot of these young pilots that were like 10, 20 years younger than me because we went to the same place. They were instructors, and I kept my planes there, and you go in there and get a coffee while you're getting gas, that kind of shit. And I fucked with them all the time, telling them you're never going to make it in the airlines, that kind of shit. Well, all these guys are Delta pilots now, and they're, of course, went to his retirement party. And I hadn't seen these guys in 20 years. So when I showed up there, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. It's like, yeah, it's like, hey, fucker. You're actually flying a plane, you haven't crashed it yet. It's like, yeah, that kind of thing. And I look back on that, and I just think, how lucky I was compared to a lot of these young guys that did everything right, that got furloughed, and 9/11 fucked them up. And believe me, and that's why I try and pass it on if I can. I'm a big tipper, not trying to be a big shot, but when I go in a place and there's no customers and there's a waitress that's just super sweet, I don't mind leaving them a $20 tip. I don't give a fuck. I'm glad I can, appreciate them hanging in there. Anybody that can fake happiness in an empty restaurant for 5 minutes is deserving of $20 for me. It's not like I'm trying to impress them. It's just spreading my luck. And I do it with YouTube as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't really, honestly though, man, let's say I go up to a working girl that's a heroin addict. And she says, I need $10. And I say, fuck you, you're not getting it. You need to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You're a loser. Go get a job. People wouldn't like it, but I think a lot of people will relate with that. So the other side of the coin is, hey, how you doing? Here's $10. I'm going to upgrade that, by the way, from $10. Like to hear your story. I don't think that's any great act. I don't, man. People think I do so much. My constant comment is, if I pulled someone out of a burning vehicle, I'll take credit for that. I was lucky. I was there at the right time. But when I'm just nice to somebody, which you're supposed to be, and give them a stipend for a short, brief interview, that's no big goddamn deal. It's not. I mean, YouTube has really been great for me. Yeah, big time. It's really, I love YouTube, man. I get mad at them sometimes. You know, I was almost kicked off YouTube. I wrote a really scathing letter and told them, fuck off. You're going to kick me off from this shit. I don't want to belong to this stuff anyway. I will tell you this, if you're interested in a YouTube, there's YouTube and then 1,000 miles away, somebody else. I was looking at other platforms, nothing. It's the difference between Walmart and a mom and pop store on the corner. Oh, good night, M&J. I'm telling you. If I have over 10,000 videos uploaded, it shows you the level of my insanity. And if I had to pay to have those up there, it'd be about $5,000 a month. And YouTube does pay my expenses for when I take these trips. That's why I tell people, don't send me money. You're not getting this now. It never used to be that way. For up until a couple of years ago, I was going in the hole all the time. Now, I'm not bragging, and please do not send me a penny. But let's take for an example, I spent the whole month of October and the whole month of August in Detroit. That cost me about $6,500. Now, if you crunch YouTube numbers, you'll realize there's not much money in it. I'm not complaining. I was fine with it. I had a good time while I was down there. Yeah, I have over 10,000 videos uploaded. I do. Yeah. Yep. Fucking nuts. Crazy. I had 50 subscribers for 5 years. You know? Oh, good, Eric. Good night to you. Yeah, great. Good having you here. Thank you. I mean, you know, it's shit luck. So lucky, you know. But, you know, a lot of my videos are, you know, bullshit. Really, I mean, truthfully, it was like a private channel. It'd be like me going through an old photo album. I go up, I like going through, and it's like, oh, wow, that was 5 years ago. Look at that, man. I don't hardly remember that, you know. And here other people are watching. It's nuts. And honestly, the chat thing, I'm surprised about. You know, I think I started the YouTube channel. I think I signed up for it in 2007. But I didn't really use it much. I think I really started heavy video uploading about 8 years ago. I think my first video was like a chicken dinner. It's nuts. But 8 years, like big time, you know? Oh, really? Oh, no kidding now. Interesting. Yeah, it was one of my greyhounds. Yeah, those are a couple of rescue dogs. I had 2 of them. Yeah, that was the healthier one. That one was actually considered too big. They were a pain in the fucking ass. I mean, those dogs were a pain in the ass. You talk about hard to housebreak. You'd never really do housebreak them. Skittish, afraid of everything. God damn it. They're more like cats than dogs. I kept them, you know, but that was a big mistake. Yeah, I have regrets. But, you know, I don't really count on it. It's like something a psychiatrist makes a living off. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to have any regrets. It's, you know, if I had a crystal ball, I wouldn't have any. You know, I just look back and I've been so goddamn lucky. Oh, 50,000. Wow, you've been around that long. Thank you. Yeah, I did. I love those dogs. They were a pain in the fucking ass, though. Nothing like Daisy. I think 2007. I think you click on that damn thing, it tells you. Yeah, I was just uploading videos, fucking around. The fun thing about it is, it almost seems like YouTube recognized this, and that is that, I was uploading videos, and if you had some guy you hired at YouTube, it's like, I want you to go out there and find people that are sincerely interested for the love of it, to what they enjoy, and we want you to promote those people when you identify them. I think that happened to me. I think they looked at my account and they said, look at this crazy motherfucker. He hasn't made a dime, and he's got like 3,000 videos up, and he keeps on going. Hey, Emily, we are going to promote him. And once you get into YouTube's algorithm, you're home free. I mean, I'm sure they can do it the other way too. Yeah, they were super. Well, one wasn't. One was kind of like had weird bone structure. Mine were like the reject greyhounds. I got them for $250 each because of that. Great dog. I mean, they were great. You know how it is. It's like people say, which kid do you like more? It was that kind of thing. Yeah, I liked them. Oh, you had a little downturn now? Kung Fu Fighting, Tim. Kung Fu Fighting. Yeah, they're all different. It's true. Pit bulls I had were great dogs. I had all sorts of mutts, mixed, all sorts of shit. But Daisy is definitely the tops. Really a exceptional dog. I'd love to know. I mean, if you said I'll give you $500,000 or I'll answer this question definitively, I would take this question, and that is how dogs think without a language. I'm telling you, the relationship I have with Daisy is nuts. I know what this dog wants, when, why, how to change it. She reads me, there's no problems, and all without a conversation. Oh, you're tired, huh? Well, you got COVID now? Yeah, but I mean, it's no secret. I mean, some damn teenager was looking at my YouTube and he cut and pasted one of the early Working Girl videos, Angel or Penny, one of those, and that's when it really got going. But those videos had sat around for a couple years, nobody watched them. Right on there, Code. That's logical. Good. Yeah, she's the coolest dog ever, man. This dog is so damn ridiculously smart. She was like that as a puppy. Daisy was told to stay one time, and that's all it took. Always paying attention, like one of those blue tick healers the Amish have. Always looking, wanting to get the next command. Never been on a leash. Yeah, I posted the girls. Yeah, somebody did that on Reddit. Oh yeah, cats are crazy. No, that's right. Yeah. Same with snakes. All snakes strike faster than you can pull back. Yeah, Daisy's cool as hell. I just haven't been down there, Katrina. I'm going down there next week. Yeah, going down there next. It's dead down there, to be honest with you. And up until a couple weeks ago, you couldn't even go out to eat there. You know, that's 200 miles away from me. So, you know, to go down there when it's dead, COVID's all over the place, and you can't go out to eat, it's like, you know, why? And I haven't been feeling that great. Yeah, he's a great dog. Yeah, isn't that weird how she's been that way since a puppy? She'll do that if she wants something too. You know, she's got a real thick torso. She was like that even as a young puppy. Uh, you know, real muscular, so it's easy for her to stand up for a long time. Oh, you got a bobcat, huh? Yeah, it does. Her hair's never been growing out this much. Yeah, she's a neat dog, yeah. I would have got the DNA test, but they're not that accurate. You know, we have bobcats up here, and the DNR did a study, and they were shocked at how many fawns they were eating every spring. Yeah, here her sleeping. Hey, Penny, you're up late, huh? Things back to normal? Oh, you're getting that, huh, BJ? Yeah, it's true. Yep. Oh, okay. All right, you have a good night, Conan. Yep, take care. Oh, okay, Joe. Wow. Yeah, she's sawing logs. Yeah, she is. Yeah. Good, Penny. How you doing? Good night, Cindy. Oh, thanks, Penny. Glad you like them. You sleeping, Daisy? Good night, Cindy. Hey, Barbara, how you doing? Good night, Joe. Good. How you doing? Penny, why are you up so late? Yeah, you're not kidding, dude. Not like that. I agree. We are partying late. Good night, Barbara. Now, do you have to go into work today, air cold? All right, Barbara. Good luck with everything. Oh, good for you. Oh, good for you, Eric. Cool. That's cool.
Okay, put it this way. Earlier tonight.
Well, I think I'm gonna go to bed, you guys. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to Saginaw or Traverse City. So thanks for coming on. Good night, Deb. Don't like that. Deezy. Barbarice, I think she's gone. Air cooled. Have a good day off. Penny. Good night, Tim. Good night, Laura. See you, Kat. See you, Fairy Gary. All right, you guys have a good day tomorrow.